Hello there, Declan Walsh here from the Mad Ravens, and welcome to episode 10 of our Mad Ravens Monologues. And this week we're going to bring you a very moving piece called The Old Man Who Lives at the End of the Road. There are many people who, with age, become invisible, or we just pass by them because our lives are too cluttered, and they no longer register on our interest page. Shaun has written this piece based on a composite of a number of characters that can be seen in any of our towns, if we look hard enough. Michael Fox sensitively reveals this character and his dreams and the thoughts for us, and the song is performed by the wonderful Eoin Troy and Aileen Concannon. Aileen and Eoin have actually appeared on stage a number of times with the Mad Ravens, and indeed performed this piece with Michael for Sligo Culture Night back in September 2020. So sit back and enjoy The Old Man Who Lives at the End of the Road.
Going home alone of an evening is not too bad now. I'm getting accustomed to it. I had a couple of creamy pints in Hargadens and a chaser to take the edge off them. And I'll take the yellow and blue bus from outside with La Ross above the windscreen, and it'll bring me as far out of here as I'd want. They know me well inside. I morph into the nostalgic stained grain of the wooden benches and Weatherstone flags. I'll drink deep and only speak when I'm spoken to. I'm short of tales to tell that earn a toss sent from a noisy Yank or a yellow-coated European, and I'm not into banter. No, I'm content to ruminate here in the corner, looking down at my battered shoes, minding my own business. I'm at that stage of being invisible. And as I hear the youth say, I'm cool with that. And what business would that be? I hear a voice in the back of my head whisper. I hear a lot of things in whispers now. I'm not always sure, are they coming from inside my head, or should I lift up my eyes and check? Did you say something? I wasn't always so taciturn. But if Margaret was here, she'd light up the dark recesses, and her lilting laughter would surf the delightful anecdotes and delicious gossip. Ah, Margaret, the years we walked in, chased in, danced in. All memories of loved ones are complex and have many layers. The perfume in your wake held me in thrall. Your voice intoxicated me. The look in your eyes reached down into my very soul. The hand I held in mine as we idled down O'Connell Street. Your fingers restless, playing a suite of dances on my trembling veins. Now you're but an exiled phantom, appearing and disappearing among the last few pilgrimages of my lingering spectre. Thinking of you makes me breathe in greedily, like when it was back then, and I was 18, 1966. We'd go up to the Lungie. The Peace Garden was our delight. It would be dark by then, and your dress would be saturated by the moonlight. We'd climb over the wall, drop down, and stand as if frozen, listening. Nothing dared move except the haughty owl who turned away like a disgruntled next-door neighbour. You'd lead me to a clearing and begin humming gently the first few notes of a Strauss or Chopin. I'm there now. The memory now leaves a trail of nostalgia, tinged with the bitterness of mortality. But it can't break the enchantment of things half perceived, tightening my heart. The waltz is the most romantic of dances, and if there were no longer romance, there would no longer be the waltz. And it belongs with the people it started with, the ordinary man in the street. But there was nothing ordinary about that fantastic waltz in the moonlight with Margaret. We faced each other, Margaret still humming. I watched for my cue. her head and shoulders swaying invitingly to the virtual tune, and I step in and stretch out my arms, one hand to wrap her compliant fingers and the other to rest assuredly on her waiting hip. Her fingers alight on my shoulders, and we await the carousel of the phrase to sweep us into the frenzy of the moonlight's magic. I'm looking over her, my shoulders smooth, my head turning confidently at the desired change in direction. We rise and fall, glide and turn, chasing our dreams in a whirlwind of steps and sweeps. I can't keep up. Oh, Margaret, no, don't stop or you'll disappear. Margaret! Margaret! There's no comfort here. I loved you, Margaret. I still love you. Now let me walk down to the bus stop and I'll see if I can make it any further. Good night, sweet spectre. Dance our fantastic waltz into the night.
I got talking to the man who lives at the end of the road. Such a funny old man, such a crazy old man, but he's carrying a load. His hands are shaking, his bones are aching, there's a spark you can't deny. When he lifts his head and he holds your gaze, there's a glint in his eye. But he's alright, he's not doing any harm. His sleeves are worn and his collar torn, but by the grace of God, go you and I. But he's alright, though he's talking to his shoes now. I guess he's got his own way of walking when he's feeling the blues now. He shuffles down a key street, sits upon the pier. The seagulls squawk to rise and talk, but he turns a deaf ear. There's some idea in his head, he can't articulate. The words won't come, so he starts to hum, and the dreams evaporate. But he's alright, he's not doing any harm. His sleeves are worn and his collar torn, but by the grace of God, go you and I. But he's alright, though he's talking to his shoes now. I guess he's got his own way of walking when he's feeling the blues now. He thinks he hears her calling, though he knows she's in the grave. But he won't dismiss the sweetest kiss she leaves for him to say. He tells her that he loves her, and it lingers on the wind. The wind blows and the mist flows from the writing on the stone.